Oh, friends, this 1020 is kicking my Knudsen. I don't remember where we left off exactly. Buddy the dog, what are you doing? You come to watch some failure in action? Because you're probably going to see it. But anyway, we're going to try to pick up wherever we left off right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Rusty Oliver, man. This little 1020 John Deere, I thought was a cute little feller. But instead of being nice, it's decided to fight me at every turn, and I keep finding more stuff wrong, compounded with the customer wanting to keep it within a certain price range, and it's getting harder to do that the more stuff we find wrong. But I was all happy and ready to put a valve cover gasket on this, and then I noticed how much play, friends, are in it. So I looked up on the internet, because I know nothing about you know, a 3-cylinder, and guess what? 14 and 22, 14 intake, 22. Look at that. You could have a square dance in there. That ain't even close. There's 14. That's even worse. Intakes are supposed to be 14. So we can't ignore that. It's getting so bad that it's to the point where it's going to jump out of a push rod, and then he's going to complain his motor's junk right after spending a bunch of money on it. So we got to do this. Now, if my reading is correct, which I don't, yeah. It says what we got to do here, and I think we might have actually lucked out and they smiled on us and gave us what we needed here. But I think we got to take this little cover off and turn this pin around and stick it in there, and then whenever it drops in the hole in the flywheel, we know we got what we need. Like then we're at top dead center is what I'm saying. So I don't know. I mean, normally I just look at the valves as I go around. But geez, probably would be good if I got the right tool. Again, the loader frame is Knudsening us. But that's fine. Boy, remember when we started this off just trying to replace a simple manifold, and then instead it turned into this sadness affair? I think it said to use this hole, and now we'll have to turn it by hand until that goes in there, and that's going to be a struggle, friends, because I got to get to the other side to probably turn it. It'd probably be easier if I took all the spark plugs out. Well, I am turning the motor over, and I wonder if I'll, like, will it be obvious or will it not be obvious? See, I would love to have my hand on that and feel. Let's put you up there. See, I would love to feel but see, then I still don't know if it's on compression. I guess I can take the distributor cap off. We might have to pull the spark plugs. I think that's what I'm going to do. But basically, the procedure that I read, the firing order is 1, 2, 3. And so we're going to turn it to where number 1 is on its compression stroke, or getting there, and then roll it till that we can push that pin in and lock the flywheel. And then we adjust like several of them at that time. Then we turn it 360 and we adjust the ones that we didn't do the first time. So I should probably make sure that I have the right stuff here to do this. Yeah, those will go. That's it. But look how much slop that is. I mean, that one right there is almost where I could pull that push rod out. So this has got to happen. I mean, I think we saved him a lot of trouble by doing this. But let me go grab spark plug sockets, and then we'll continue on our way. But yeah, that's just crazy. I mean, how much? Friends, this is just getting out of hand. I mean, it is fighting at every turn. I need the extension, I guess. Hopefully this is the size, because they did not give you any room in there. See? I mean, this is a design to show you why not to make things this way, you know? This is crazy. A lot of oil. Let's see, the rotor was down. It should be coming up around to it. If the... Let's use our wits about us here. If we were smart, number 1 is in the back, so we just passed it. But if we do a better job of... All right, let's try that now. Okay, we should be almost there. Actually, probably past it. Let's turn it backward. Let's check our timing pin and see if it'll let us shove that in all the way. I don't know. There, right there. Yep, she's locked. Okay. All right. So now I need to read my instructions again. We are in the lock position. We're going to shut this off. And we got to read what the instructions were that I took. Okay. It's 14 for intake, 22 for gas. Turn crankshaft till number 1 cylinder is almost reached top dead center. Insert timing pin. Turn crankshaft until pin slides into bore. In this position, number 1 piston is at top dead center compression stroke. After having set piston at top dead center, adjust clearance of number 1 and 2 cylinder exhaust valves and number 1 and 3 cylinder intake valves. So let's wrap our brain on that. We're going to do number 1. Let me say that again so I can get it. Number 1 and number 2 exhaust valves. So that would be these two. And number 1 and 3 intake valves. So basically we're going to do all of number 1. And then we're going to do this intake and this exhaust, I believe. But let's start with number 1. Let's start with number 1. 14 and 22. Intake is out and the exhaust is the next one. And I probably need to be on the other side to make this happen. All right. 14. Can't see what I'm doing. Gee, that is so yeah. Did I get it where I can't turn the wrench? That'd be great, wouldn't it? I bet I'm gonna have to use just a regular open-end wrench. That makes me nervous, but I'm not gonna have enough room. Well, we got a ways to go, buddy boy. Jeez. Now we're getting somewhere. I think we're about there. We're way better than we were, I'll tell you that. Alright, now 22 on this one. We're going to call that. We'll check that one. Alright, now, I'm not going to try to remember, even though I think I know what I remember I said, but we're going to make sure we do this right, so I'm going to read it. Again, I did 1 and 2. I said cylinder, adjust the clearance of number 1 and cylinder 2 exhaust valves, and 1 and 3 intake valves. So I did 1. Now I'm going to do cylinder number 2 exhaust valve, which should be here. I mean, this is crazy. How could it have worked that loose? I guess it did, though. It says, I think, you're supposed to check them every 500 hours, so we know that probably hasn't been done. Alright. So, that was exhaust. So we have checked number 1 and number 2 exhaust valves, and number 1 and number 3 intake valves. So that should be this one. You can't see probably because I'm blocking you, but I mean, it's amazing that this even ran as far off as it is. All right. Okay. Number 1's done totally. And then I did number 2 exhaust and number 3 intake. So now we need to rotate it 180 degrees and do these 2 that are left. Remove timing pin, rotate flywheel 360 degrees, reinsert timing pin, adjust clearance of number 2 cylinder intake valve and number 3 exhaust valve. So let's go back to over here, because we got to get to the stuff. We got to pull the timing pin back out, and I wonder how we're gonna find 360 degrees, you know, and not be in the same hole. Let's give it a little crank. Okay, that helped us some. Now I'm going to slide this back in and pull it till I feel it fall in there, I guess. Wow, ready? Or are there more holes in there? I don't think I got that right. Because that one's tight. So I don't think that was correct. Well, I think there we are. Because those are tight now. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now we're where we need to be. So, let's get our stuff back again. Now we're ready for number 2 intake. So we'll do that one. Getting close. Getting close. Too much. And number 3, exhaust. That just blows my mind how loose it is. All right. I think we got us a lot better stuff now. We're not way out in the realm of where stuff's gonna fly apart like we were before. So what we need to do now is put her back together, and we nearly need to test run it before we put it totally sealed up again, but we're a long ways from that. We've got it tore down pretty far. So alright. Boy, something's just not right with this little feller. Oh, that pops loose. That oh, wah wah. The 1020 strikes again. The distributor clip broke. Dang it. Oh, that sucks. Well, I tell you, it just blows my mind how stuff can be that way. Let's switch gears though. Let's put on our new manifold. However, I probably should. I don't have, I'm sure I'm not going to have these bolts, but I will have, I need one, what I need, 1, 2, 3, 3/8 bolts. I'm going to have to grab them, and I'll just have to go to town and get the rest of these, but that ain't going to happen today. We can tighten it on and swap them out, is what I'm saying, but we're going to have to do something here, because I want to hear it run now with the valve cover off, so I know that it's still the right way. You know what I mean? All right, we might have to end up getting the bolts from the dealer, because I bet they'll be a fractional size. They won't be like what I got here. They will be like 1 3/4 or something strange. But before we do that, we better take this timing pin out and change that around so we don't end up destroying something, you know? I think we're good to go. We just need to finish our stuff here. So we should probably take our gasket out first, and we might lay this aside. I don't know if we'll use the new carburetor or not. So, out. Okay, this says out, So I would guess that means out. Like, that one makes me nervous. Out. Look at that. It's got a ring around it. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. Sure. We're just gonna keep going until sadness happens or something. But I'm trying to figure out here what. I ain't getting no bolt hole line uppage. Please tell me that this isn't going to be that kind of deal where none of the holes line up on the new thing. Oh, it's going to be one of those things where when you're an idiot, it makes it real hard to function. Yeah, see, I don't like the... I really think that these bolts should be slightly longer. They'll get us for today, so we can test run it. But I think I'm gonna see in the parts book if they really are longer, or otherwise I'll get whatever I can get that's longer, and I'll just put like a lock washer situation on top of it or whatever. Because I'm not got very many threads I can grab with it like this. That ain't even grabbing at all. That's a problem. Why did we think it would go easy, you know? Nothing so far has went easy on this. So why would this be any different? Awesome. You mean that's so close that you can't even get a bolt in there? What are they thinking? I mean, this is nuts. Oh, friends, the stuff that I get myself into, I just don't know. I just don't know. Let's put this on. These three, which I don't support them, but I'm gonna have to make them work for now, just so we can hear it run again. And then we'll get whatever it's supposed to have, but my underneath one there, I don't have any way I could get a nut on there. I guess if I lift it up like that. I mean, lock washer maybe would help. See, they didn't give me any room here. So I gotta lift up on it while I do it. But I think if I put a lock washer on each one of those studs, it'll be fine. I'm just gonna put you down so I can work. I can't film and think right now, so we're just gonna do this, and I'll bring you back when I'm ready to try to start it. All right, the GoPro's about dead, but I can't wait. I want to hear it run now that we adjusted valves and we got a new manifold on it. It may not run now. Choke. Whoa. Oh, the 3-point hitch came up. Well, let's get the... Come on. Boy, that runs better. I don't know if you can tell that on this phone camera, but yeah, that runs way better. Got our steering. Yeah, that was definitely not wasted effort right there. And that nice manifold that keeps it quiet. Yeah, that was a good thing we did. Oh, I forgot. This is even not right. That would probably help too. I gotta get that clip. But that was probably why it was giving me fits a minute ago, because that clip is broke. So we got to get that. Listen to that thing purr. That just sounds beautiful. Now you can hear all kinds of other noises it's making. All right, so I don't know that there's any need for you to watch me work on a valve cover gasket. We've done that a bunch before, same procedure. I'll clean it up, I'll glue the gasket down, then I'll go do something else for a while, then I'll come back and bolt that down. If I feel like it's worthy of filming, I'll do that. Otherwise, we'll just call this here and not worry about it. Do you suffer from low intelligence and are easily entertained? Well, then hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment. And that way we can keep making entertainment that your feeble minds can understand. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.